Should I turn up Clark Hill? Yeah, I think I will. Nobody coming. This is a good road out here. Out in the country again. You can tell my whole, like, I can think to actually talk when I'm out here too, and give you guys something interesting to at least listen to, because man, just riding in town just freaks me out that much. I don't know. Yeah, he has a stop sign. Okay. Challenger, that's pretty cool. Freaking hate roundabouts. I think I'm gonna go this way. Just to catch up to Mr. Cruiser up here. So while I was sitting there eating, was watching Cycle Cruiser's video on mistakes motorcycle riders make. I think he made a lot of good points. It's always interesting to watch somebody else's point of view on like what a mistake, what mistakes people are making, and you know, I make my fair share of mistakes. I'm no perfect rider by any means, but I feel like I'm getting better, you know? The more years go on, the more I ride, the more comfortable I get with riding and taking different corners and stuff. And I think, honestly, I think that's what scares me the most. You know, the statistic that everybody quotes is that most motorcycle accidents are single vehicle accidents, and most often caused by going into a corner too hot, or not necessarily too hot, but what they feel is too hot. So whether they're, see, and I'm talking and not paying attention, whether their motorcycle is capable of taking the corner that fast or not is kind of beside the point. It's just the person feels like it's too fast, right? The rider. And so they freak out. They do some different things. They let their guard down. They let their sense of survival take over a little bit. So what do? You grab the brakes. Well, what happens when you grab the brakes on a motorcycle if you're in a corner? Two things. One, you're using up some of the traction that's available in braking. So less of it is available for cornering. And secondly, 99% of the time you're bringing the bike out of a lean angle and straight up. How do I know that? Because I've done it before. I just realized I'm not on the road that I thought that I was on. I think I'm on Mountaintop Road. Yep. Which is going to drop down on the Bald Peak, but it's not where I thought I was. But it should be a good view for you guys. And look at that, isn't that a pretty view? It's a nice road too. Lots of cool houses up here. I don't know what that is. They're like a Renaissance fair or something. You got like teepees and stuff up there. Well, teepee's not a Renaissance fair. That's before Renaissance. I don't know. What kind of fair is that? They got teepees and stuff. Oh, hey, there's another one for you. We were talking about what kind of survival instincts do you have when you're going through a corner too fast? The other one is to chop the throttle. You're on the throttle and you're like, oh no, and you chop it. And you're like, ugh. Well, what does that do? Unloads the rear tire, pushes all the traction to the front, and loads your steering. But what are you trying to do? What are you trying to do when you're going through a corner? You're trying to steer. What happens if you load the front and you're trying to steer? Too much. You load it too much and it comes apart. Now, there's a lot of windmills up here. I've never seen those before. Woo, that's a nice house. McCormick Hill. Kids playing in the middle of the road on top of a hill. Didn't even see him until I came up there. Man, I'm getting bugged. Yeah. Alright, so if you guys watched my original Bald Peak video, that is where I wrecked. Right there. I hit a sign right where that one is, flew up over the top of there, and I came up over this hill. So yeah, if you want to know that story, go back and watch my Bald Peak first car crash video. That was good times. Let's go up here to the state park. There's a state park up here. I don't think anybody's coming. Man, there are bugs galore up here. Oh, I'll have to clean all y'all's face off. Look at that. Pretty, pretty, pretty. I love being up here. Somehow, I got listening to a different radio station. I got a Cena headset, and I've just been listening to the radio while I'm talking to you guys. And somehow, it's on like some oldies channel now. It must just automatically pick up a new channel when you can't reach the old one, but... I don't know. 5 minutes ago, I got closer to trying to slam on the podcast. It's not going to work on the always. Ever since the crash. So, you don't have to watch my first crash radio, but it was just because I was on the road at the time of night and it's really was. Only before you got just before I so, now that I watched all the time, I can really turn on the media. I'm just walking down the road like this. And this is Bald Peak State Park. You used to be able to see a long ways. It used to be kind of like a viewpoint. But you can't see jack now because all these dang trees. Oops, second gear. What is that? Oh, a GS. That's pretty cool. A nice bike. Couple of pit bulls. I got a pit bull. You can see deer up here all the time too. I don't see any tonight, but then again, it's not quite late enough for deer. I think I've got like, oops, sorry, that guy's walking. Sorry, not paying attention. Don't know who that guy is. He's like, what are you doing, you dumb biker? I think I've got a picture of my bike on Instagram somewhere of that exact scene, like through the trees with the light. That was pretty cool. I'm gonna take a riding break, sit down, get a drink of water, clean my windshield, because I'm pretty sure those spots in my view are not normal. Pretty sure. Alright, I'll be back. What's up, guys? So I'm sitting here, Bald Peak, minding my own business, and a bunch of guys right up. And I started making videos. What's that? Yeah, it's alright. It's what do they call it? Yoshimura.
I like your brake lights too.
Yeah.
Right away, Harley doesn't have them like that.
Yeah, those things are stinking bright at night. If you're behind me at night, you can see the taillights.
Oh, I got it from the little guy here. Not all that bright either. And one thing I had about my electric light, I was all lit up in the back of here.
Oh yeah.
Box. But, yeah, I wish my tail light lit up like that.
Yeah, that thing's bright out. They make one that the turn signals are integrated too. So the left bar, when I have my left turn signal on, will blink and the other one will stay solid, or vice versa for the right hand, left hand. And I thought about getting that in addition to my tail lights or my turn signals, because my turn signals are bright enough, but they're kind of underneath my saddlebags. I just thought it'd be nice to have one more light on there. But
The little flasher I had on one of my bikes, it'll go flash, 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 flash. It's when you go to hit your brake.
oh yeah,
And it'll do it a few times before you stop. So it kind of does multiple little warning.
right.
It wasn't that expensive for it. It was like $100 to have it installed.
I think they've got that same thing for this. I've gotten in the habit of just tapping my brakes, my lower brake when I come to a stop, because
Yeah, it's a good way to do it.
I've gotten so petrified of somebody rear-ending me in traffic that I always scoot. If there's a car, I always scoot to one side of the car, so I give myself, and I sit there. People can see me. I'll sit there with my head in my mirror and watching my mirror. If somebody's coming up, I'm gonna move.
Leave yourself plenty of room when it's coming front.
Yep.
I had that happen 2 years ago, and I heard brakes. And I'm always keeping an eye on my mirror. I heard, and it wasn't the car behind me. It was the car behind, and I knew he was going to hit him. He was going to push him, and I went, son of a bitch. So there was enough room. I just kind of went over a little bit, smack, and if I hadn't moved, it would have got me.
Yeah. I had something like that happen to me one day. I was sitting in traffic behind a car and I heard screeching, and I didn't even look to see what was going on. I just got over next to the car in front of me, and I got over next to the car, and the guy rolled down his window and said, "What the hell was that?" I said, "I don't know." And we turned around and looked, and there was somebody in the other lane had gotten in an accident on the other side of the road. But
that scares the hell out of me. You don't know where it's coming from.
yeah. He didn't know where it was coming from. I didn't know where it was coming from. He got nervous because he saw me come up next to him, and he thought he was going to get rear-ended. But I just got out of the way. I was like, I'm not going to get this bike punched out from underneath of me. But well, cool.
I imagine my wife's probably wondering why I've been gone so long. She should have known.
I always go riding when my wife's at work, so I've got all day to do whatever I want. She can't say anything about it.
Yeah. Well, my wife was going to work too for a while, so okay, well, I'm going out.
Yep.
Otherwise, we would have gone and done something today.
Yeah. Well, it's good to meet you, Pat.
Got it.
Yeah, it's good to meet you. I'm gonna head down there and try to get down there before these deer pop out.
Yeah, I know. I think the same thing. I'm leaving in the truck. All right, we'll see you later.
Yeah, we'll see you later. I think my camera's about to die. Oh, see you Lights, camera, action. So that was my first subscriber interaction. The guy recognized me. I was like, dude, that's pretty insane. He walks up to me, he's like, so you're Redbeard. I'm like, what? Like, are you talking to me? And he's like, yeah, you're Redbeard SV, right? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I've seen your videos. That was really cool. We sat there and talked. We've been here for like probably at least an hour, just sitting there, maybe not that long, half an hour, 40 minutes, just chatting. Cool. A couple of guys, there was a guy on an R1 and another guy on an SV following him up the hill, and they were impressed by his riding. He was riding a Harley Cruiser. I didn't even get the model of it. I don't remember what it was, but cool bike. Really nice guy. So Pat, it was nice to meet you, man. We should go ride together sometime. It'd be fun to get together. And by the sound of those guys that were on the sport bikes, I don't know if I'd be able to keep up with Pat. I'll have to try it. But that was a lot of fun. That was really fun. Get to meet my first subscriber.